Assalamualaikum, salam Jumaat. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today is Friday, the 27th of March, 2020. We are already in the 10th day of our movement control order. Okay, and after 2 days of taking off, so that my other colleagues can take over and do their FB lives on Facebook, I am back again today, and today I'm going to make a kofta curry, or in short, meatball curry. Okay, and I'm using my tower of bowls, the second size bowl. Okay, and I have actually, because of the MCO, bought a little bit more minced meat, because you never know when you need it. And what I have done is I have actually portioned them up into my freezer mate and my chill and freeze. Okay, and the reason I've not taken it out of the containers is because I want to show you when I put the meat into the bowl. Okay, you will see that there is no liquid or no water, because I had defrosted them. Okay, and that is the speciality of the Tupperware freezer mates and chill and freeze. You do not get ice particles into your food, therefore your food remains fresher in your freezer. Okay, all right, now I'm going to put it in. There you go. Okay.
Danny is watching. Danny.
Hi Danny, how are you? Good afternoon. Here's another one. I'll show you the, okay, this one came from the meat. All right, okay, that's 2 containers now. All right, now how do we make this? Okay, I'm going to break an egg into it. A lot of people use flour and corn flours, even all-purpose flour, but you don't need to, because we're using curry powder in here. We put an egg in. Okay, I'm gonna put a bit of salt. You don't need too much. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of white pepper.
Mariam and Kama is watching. Danny
Hi
said,
Kama, hi Mariam.
Danny said, hi Puan Sri, I smell something awesome coming up.
Okay, all right, I've got that. Now I'm gonna put in, what I've done is I have diced onions, red chili, a little bit of ginger, garlic, okay, and all of them into the bowl. Okay, my hands are clean. I think I wash them every 10 minutes. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna put in my curry powder. Okay, this one I'm going to put not very much. Okay, this is for flavor and also to bind it. So if you see this much of curry powder in your meatballs, okay, you're not supposed to put too much of curry powder later into your curries, because when your meatballs get into the curry, okay, it's going to blend into the curry, and some of this flavors is going to melt and merge into your curry. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of kurma powder, just a spoon and a half. Okay, all right, now we're done with the stuff in here. We don't need too much. All right, okay, now I'm going to mix it. Right hand.
Hazrina Begum said, my beautiful sister cooking delicious food.
Hi Rina, all the way from New Zealand. How are you? Hope you're cooking. Stay safe, dear. Okay. What we do is we're going to, I didn't realize there was actually so much of meat. Okay. Mix it up well, all right? You don't need too much of flavoring if your meat is fresh, okay? And it's been in a freezer made, so it will actually remain fresh for a longer time actually. I have kept stuff in my freezer made for 3 months, some frozen stuff, and they actually turn out very fresh even after 3 months. Okay, I have something in my freezer for 6 months. It's getting there to 6 months. You see, the thing is, a lot of people think that we are all paid adverts. We're not. Okay, we're actually users of the products, and I've been using Tupperware all my life. Okay, I celebrated my 53rd birthday 2 weeks ago, so that makes me a Tupperware user since I was 4 years old. So I'm 49 years using a Tupperware user, 49 years. I've used Tupperware for 49 years. So you can't get any older than that, I think, unless you're talking about the person who's actually started with Tupperware when it came to Malaysia 55 years ago. And we are celebrating 55 years of Tupperware this year, okay, and this month actually, in March. So I have something something in common with Tupperware. It came to Malaysia in March. We're celebrating 55 years this month. I'm just 2 years short of that. Okay, I'm 53, and I can say that at 55, Tupperware is getting younger. Okay, it's not getting older. Okay, you can see now that I have my meatballs all filled with my onions. It's filled with really great treasures: onions, ginger, garlic, chili, and some coriander leaf, salt, pepper, some meat curry powder, and a little bit of kurma powder, and 1 egg. Okay, now I'm using my 28 cm fry pan. Okay, I'm just going to put the heat up. Okay, and there's very little oil there, simply because you don't need very much oil.
Shahida is watching, a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
Nuru Shahida, I think it is Shida.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, Tupperware doesn't have anything like this. I need this to drain my meatballs after they're cooked. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for another minute for it to heat up. Okay. In the meantime, I've gotten my stuff for my curry, which I'm going to cook in my casserole pot. Okay, my onions with a little bit with 2 sprigs of curry leaf, my cardamom, my cinnamon sticks. Okay, these cinnamon sticks are all the way from Sri Lanka. They are the best in the world. You need them curled up like this. These impart really great flavor into your curry. You spend a little bit more, but it's really worth the effort of looking for it. Then you have your star anise, cardamom, and your cloves. Okay, all right. Then I have just 1 tomato. It's MCO. You really don't get enough vegetables here, so we really have to control how much we use. 1 chili and some more coriander leaves. Okay, all right. My oil is heated up. Okay. And I'm going to make my kofta. The kofta again can be any size you want. Okay, I've got to use 2 hands for this. Okay, they're both clean. And if you notice that without flour, okay, you don't get a mess with the meatballs sticking all through your fingers. I'm going to put it in. Okay, and what's even better is it's in a non-stick Black Series fry pan, okay, and it's not going to stick. So you'll have less breakages, okay. You can also use lamb or even minced chicken if you want. Okay. And you can make this ahead of time. I just purposely I'm doing it now because I wanted to show you how it's done. And these are great because you actually can pre-fry them, or if you don't want to, you can actually put it back in your freezer mate and freeze it, and you can use it another time. And that is actually the beauty of the freezer mate, which now has come in so many colors that you can have a rainbow in your freezer instead of just white Tupperware. Okay, they used to come in, the freezer mates used to come in purple covers, pink covers, and then they came into toys. Okay, I'm going to show you one of it. Okay. This was the color that came out last year, and it's out again this month. If you, I think most of us have actually gotten it, and if you really like the color, you can always call me and get it, because I think I have quite a number of sets with me. And of course the latest is the white with a royal blue cover. Okay, I'm just going to get out of the frame to get my gold heat pump. Kitchen duo Tupperware spoon. Okay, this is a lighter one compared to the other Tupperware frying spoons that you buy individually. This one comes in a set of 4, and it also doubles up as a cake picker. As you can see, okay, none of my meatballs have actually broken, and none of them are sticking to the pan. You see that? So, and I'm not too worried about the onion bits that are falling off from my meatballs, because this is the exact oil that I am going to reuse later on to cook my curry, because most of the flavor from your meatballs have actually gone into this oil, so why waste it? And the other thing is, you do not have to cook it totally, it doesn't have to be fully cooked. You can take 3/4, because you're going to put it into the curry and you're going to boil it in the curry. Okay? You just want to, seal the flavor of the meat and the mixture of it. Okay, all the ingredients in it. That is why we are just doing a short pre-fry of the meatballs, and also to keep it in shape. You know? Okay, this Black Series, again, as we have been talking about it over the last week, is one of Tupperware's best-selling cookware because it is non-stick, okay, and it is very easy to use. It's actually kind of light, it's not too heavy, so Asians who are not very big in size actually can handle it, yeah? I will be taking out my first batch. Okay. And I'm going to do a second batch. Yeah. Then I'm going to start on the curry. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will just give you my response while they're live. Okay, I'm taking this out. Okay, take it out gently. All right. My late mother used to tell me that Kofta curry is one of the best tests for a woman to know if she is a gentle soul or not, or how she is going to treat her children next time. Because you need to practice a lot of patience, okay, and you need to be very gentle with them. All right. Put this here so you can see it. Okay, that is without any flour. Okay, just egg and curry powder. Okay, and of course we have a great fry pan that helps. Okay, so everything actually sticks together, and also because you do not have extra moisture from the freezer, okay, in the meat, so the meat actually sticks together very well. Again, like I said, the meatballs can be made bigger or smaller, really up to you, okay. And you can see that the cookware is retaining the heat very well, so the oil is constantly at the temperature that you want it to be, okay? And this is actually very important when you're frying, because you want the heat to be constant. Because if the heat drops when you are frying, then you're going to have food that is pretty uncooked, okay? We're going to do that later. Flatten it a bit. Okay, this is quite a messy job, alright? But it's enjoyable. There we go. It's sticking. As you can see, alright, we didn't need too much of oil. It's not even a centimeter of oil, okay? And it doesn't stick to the pan, alright? And you don't have very much of stuff actually escaping from my meatballs, which is good. So I have actually retained the shape and the ingredients within my meatballs, alright? Okay, they don't need too long. You need about 5 minutes for the meatballs, okay? Because as I said just now, we're going to simmer it in our curry, okay, to make sure that it is fully cooked, but it is also moist inside, okay? So it should be a little bit crispy on the outside and moist on the inside. Okay. There you go. And you take it out gently. back. Okay, there you go. Alright. And now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get my casserole pot in. Okay. I'm just going to quickly wipe my induction from all the oil that's splattered. Okay. Now, this is my casserole pot. As you can see, I'm lifting it with one hand, so it's not very heavy. Okay, I'm not going to put too much of oil. Okay, and then that is that. All right. Okay, I'm just going to let the pot heat up a bit. Okay.
Ayah is watching. Ayah is watching.
Hi sayang, this is your lunch. Okay. The pot is heating up. Okay. Just going to give it another half a minute at least. This is fully meat. If you need, if you like, you actually can put in potatoes, okay, to make it a more substantial meal. Well, I prefer not to put potatoes in because I don't want to put too much of salt or flavorings because potato tends to be very bland, right? So this is totally meat. Okay, now I'm going to put in my onion, my curry leaves, and all my spices, my Sri Lankan cinnamon stick, my cloves, my cardamom, yeah, and my star anise. Alright, okay, I'm going to saute it, okay. Okay, the great thing about this casserole pot is, alright, it's not too high, alright, and it is wide, but it's also circular in shape, so it retains heat at the bottom, okay, and you actually can see what you're cooking. You know, people always struggle with huge pots that are too high. You can never you know, guess how balanced they are, and this is one of the reasons why I love my Black series. Okay, it's very balanced. Okay, and all the Tupperware cookware, they have flat bottoms, very good for induction. Okay, induction is safe, especially when you have very young children at home. Yeah, it's actually good to invest in an induction cooker, and you can do a lot of stuff on an induction cooker. By the way, these pots, these Black Series cookware actually can be used in the oven. You can bake a cake in the oven and also on the stove with your Black Series, which is something we're going to do. We have 3 weeks ahead of us, 2.5 weeks ahead of us. It's not called a lockdown outside, but at home it is a lockdown. Okay, we're all practicing social distancing at home because we don't want to kill anyone. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to put my curry powders first. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use too much. It's just 4 spoons of this. And these are my shelf savers. They're also actually in my house, they're lifesavers because you actually know they contain all your spices and your curry powders, your pepper, your chili powder, your turmeric powder. Okay, they're really good. And I'm just going to put a little bit of I'm just gonna put some salt. Okay, remember we put salt in our meatball, so we don't need too much in our curry. And then I'm gonna get some water. Okay, and I am going to mix my curry powder. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that it is well cooked so that no one gets a tummy upset because the curry powder was not cooked well. Okay, and how do you know if it is cooked well? You actually wait for the oil to rise to the surface. You need a bit more water. Just a little bit.
Mat misai, simpan sikit untuk saya. Mat misai.
Mak misai nak simpan sikit. Alah, masa ni tak boleh lah. Lain kali ya. Okay. What Ika or Nur Elisa Bika, who's my videographer today, okay, she's going to come closer to show you that nothing sticks on your Black Series cookware. See? Nothing gets stuck to the bottom. Okay? Alright. And now you can see the oil surfacing, but we want more. Okay? We want more. Let it cook. There we go. You see the oil coming up, surfacing to the top. Okay, this is what orang Melayu calls terbit minyak. Alright. If you see any marks at the bottom of my Black Series, you would know that I am one of the first to actually get these pots after they were launched last year, and I have been using it for like forever. Actually, I use it every day, and if it is not these pots, then it would be my Chef Series. And because of the MCO, I have not gotten my luxury cookware, which is something that once I get it, then I'm going to show you what we can do with it. Okay? Alright. Let the oil come up again. Okay? Alright. I think my spices are actually cooked. Okay? All well cooked. Now what do? We put in our tomato. Alright? Because of the lockdown, we have to use santan dalam packet. Sometimes it's nice when you can go to the market and get fresh coconut milk. Yeah. Now I'm going to put some coconut milk, not too much. I'm going to add water to it. So you stir as you go. As you can see, none of the santan has actually stuck. Got to ask Ika, have you smell anything burning?
No.
Tak ada yang hangit ya?
Tak ada.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna put in more water. Remember, I told you because we put in some curry powder in our meatballs, so the curry cannot be too thick. Okay. And because it will thicken further once the meatballs come in. Alright, clean your sides. And now I am going to let this to simmer. I'm going to use the cover for once and let it simmer. Okay, again, as I always say, I love my cook pots, my cookware from Tupperware, especially the Black Series and the Chef Series, because the cover is ergonomic and it is short, but it has a very good grip. Okay. Likewise with the fry pan just now, it also has a good grip. Remember I told you about the knob at the top and at the bottom? That is supposed to help you grip your fry pan better. Alright? Okay. You also find a little bit of knobs, a nub at the bottom of this handles, okay? Also to remind you that you're carrying something that has liquid inside, okay? And this is very important. This is actually one of the safety measures, okay, that has been thought of and it's been put into this pot. So always remember, a good pot with a very thick and strong handle actually makes it safer for you in the kitchen, okay? You feel it, then you hold it. If you don't feel it, then you don't know if it's going to, drop off, or it's going to, you could have accidents in your kitchen. You could have the whole curry splashing onto you or a child or something. So always look out for good cookware. They are good investments. I know I made good investments in my 4 sets of my Black series. I've got 3 sets of my Chef series. I am actually intending to add 1 more to make it equal, okay? Because you can never have enough of a good thing. These are great. I actually haven't done this, but I am intending to do it one day when I can cook in my Black series or my Chef series, and I will serve from it, okay? Because I think they really can replace a lot of tableware and really look nice, and also keep the food heated, okay? Alright, my curry is boiling, okay? As you can see when you cover it, okay, and because the heat is retained in the pot, okay, and the cover is also actually seal-proof, okay? It seals the curries in there, okay, so you don't lose moisture, alright? And the flavor is retained in the pot. Okay, just gonna let it simmer for a bit. Yeah. Despite it retaining heat at the bottom of the pot, okay, you will find that it comes to a gentle roll, okay, and your tomato is still whole, okay, it's not smashed. Unless you smash it when you cut it, okay? Alright, here you go. And now I am going to spoon it into the curry. Spoon the meatballs into the curry, okay? Again, we'll do it gently. I know someone out there, probably my brother Jahabashade, who's going to say, why don't you just tilt the whole bowl into the pot? Come on, don't waste time. But you know what? These things are really gentle babies, and you cannot do that. So, okay, we have some more onion bits here. Let's put it in, okay? I'm going to change my spoon. This is another Tupperware spoon, okay? Because I'm going to put the meatballs, okay? I'm going to make sure they're not stacked in the pot, okay? And I'm going to let it simmer for another 1.5 to 2 minutes, okay? Any questions? I actually have a Fusion Master, which is what we have in Tupperware to make minced meat, minced fish, chicken, but somehow or other my meat misplaced it. So I have to wait until I get my new one next week. Then I'll show you how to use it, and you actually can decide what kind of cuts you need to make your own minced meat and minced lamb. Okay, you can make it at home. You can control the amount of fat and also the quality of the meat that you cook for your family. Alright, I'm using the Australian Weight Watchers minced beef, which is supposed to have very, very little fat. Okay, not really health conscious, but I guess it's just the flavor. Okay, you don't need too much of fat in your diet, and you don't want to have that, you know, waxy taste in your food. All right. Okay. As you can see, because I have actually used the cover for the Black Series, so the curry, okay, because of the enclosed state, okay, so the temperature is very constant. Okay, as you can see, okay, it is simmering, okay, furiously too, but none of the meatballs have actually broken. None of them have disintegrated. Okay, right, and that's the beauty of a pot that retains heat. It simmers well and constantly, okay, and it keeps food whole. All right, we're almost done. Last bits, your chili and your coriander leaf, okay, and we are done. And that is all from me today. Okay, please keep the questions coming in, and also give me ideas of what you want to see me cooking in my pots. Bye bye for now. Take care. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.